Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Fairy Goddess Tarot, and in today's video we are going to be looking into your recent past, your present moment, and your near future. Now the energies were all wildly different, so I'm super excited to be sharing this reading with you guys today. So you can just take a moment to settle into the energy and really focus on which pile you feel the most drawn to. I've put a crystal on top of each pile as usual, so you can be drawn to the actual deck or you can be drawn to the crystal on top. I'm going to show you guys the crystals up close one by one, and please feel free to just take a deep breath and meditate on which pile you feel most drawn to. But without further ado, I will show you the crystals up close one by one. So for pile number one, we have the Charmin Caselli Tarot deck with this Carnelian crystal on top. For pile number two, we have the original tarot with this citrine crystal on top. And for pile number three, we have the Tarot in Wonderland deck with this rose quartz crystal on top. So guys, those are your three piles, all about your recent past, present moment, and immediate future. Please pause the video if you feel so called to, just to have some more time to decide on your pile. Once you have decided on your pile, you can just scroll down to the description box. I've added timestamps, so whether it's pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3, you can just click on the right timestamp for your pile, and then that will get started on your reading. But without further ado, I will be going ahead and starting with pile number 1. Bye! Hi pile number 1, welcome into your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. So today we're going to be looking at your recent past, present moment, and immediate future. So if you chose the Carnelian stone or the Charmin Caselli Tarot deck, then this will be your reading all about your recent past, present moment, and immediate future. So I already shuffled your cards off camera just to save some time, so let's just dive right into it. Let's see what's going on for you, pile number 1. So for your recent past, we have the 6 of Cups. I'm actually going to move these. Have a bit more space. We have the 7 of Swords. The 5 of Pentacles. And you actually got 4 cards for your recent past, and you also got 4 cards for your present moment. I usually only do 3 cards, but I guess you guys are a special pile. So we also have the 3 of Wands for your recent past. Okay, present moment energy, we have the Ace of Wands, the 8 of Cups, 7 of Wands, and the Chariot. Okay, and finally for your near future energy, we have the 3 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. And we have the Sun. And then for your overall energy, we have the 4 of Wands. It's beautiful. Okay, pile number 1. So what I'm seeing for you, pile number 1, is some very troubling energy in your recent past. There's a few scenarios here, so bear with me as I go over them. I think the one that would probably resonate the most for people here is that there's somebody that had come back around in your recent past. Oh, I'm sorry, I actually just noticed you can't see all of the cards, so let me just move this out of the way so you can actually see everything. It's kind of a bit busy down here. but okay, I guess that'll do. So yeah, what I'm seeing for your recent past is that I feel like for some of you, there's somebody that kind of came around, somebody from your past. I'm getting like a strong like ex energy, and I'm feeling like this person came back around, came into your life at a point where you weren't really doing your greatest. I feel like you were at a point where you weren't so confident with yourself. I feel like it wasn't really a great time for you, and I feel like this person came back around and sort of like promised you a bunch of things, maybe like fed you like some lies. And I'm just getting the energy that this person that came back around was being very deceitful, and this person didn't have to come back around. Maybe it was either like a childhood friend or somebody that you just knew for a very long time. It could also be somebody that you've been dating for a while, but I am getting this energy of you've known this person for a while. They could be like a childhood friend, or they could just be an ex that you used to date that they came back around. And I'm getting this energy that there's something that they did that was very like deceitful and hurtful to you. And I feel like, I don't know, I'm just getting this energy for some of you. It could be that they kind of scammed you out of some money. That's a very specific message. I'm not sure who would resonate with that, and I'm really sorry if that did ever happen to you, but for some of you, I'm getting the energy that this person just like scammed you out of money and left you like really down and out. For others, I'm feeling that like this was more emotional or mental, where this person kind of came back around and was sort of like pretending to be, you know, like good with you. And I don't know, I'm just getting this energy that they sort of came around for their own benefit, and they didn't have your best interest at heart when they came back around. So they came back to get something from you. And maybe for some of you, it could be that this person just wanted a one-night stand, and then the next day, like, you didn't hear from them again, or just something deceitful, something hurtful that happened in your recent past with somebody that really left you down and out. And I feel like this left you, it's weird because I feel like, yes, for a while you were like very not good about it. I feel like it was very hurtful and you were really questioning how this could happen. But I feel like overall the underlying energy was that you were feeling like, well, you know what? Like I kind of so you didn't bring this on yourself, but it's more like this energy of I should have seen this coming and I won't let this happen again. I do feel like something with somebody in the recent past that really hurt you to your core, and it was like something that you should have seen coming is the vibe I'm getting. I don't know. Let me know if that resonates. Pile number 1. But what I am seeing is that this actually catapulted you forward in a way. I do feel like this kind of opened your eyes and ignited a fire in you. And so for your present moment, I'm seeing that you are really standing in your power and not accepting anything less than what you deserve. I do feel like you could either be traveling or moving to some different location, but that is very literal for some of you. For others of you, it could just be that you're moving on to a different energy. You're sort of committing to stepping into a different energy. And what the biggest thing in your present moment is that I can see that you're standing in your power and you kind of don't have any problem now walking away from things that are not good for you. And I do feel like this very big forward movement for you guys. For a lot of you, I do feel like you could be traveling. I feel like you could be moving to a different location, maybe moving somewhere with a lot of mountains. I just got that very specific message, but for some of you, you could just be moving to a different location, a different city, a different house, or even like across the world, moving somewhere different. But for the majority of you, it could just be that you are moving on to a different phase of your life, one where you are claiming your power more than you used to, one where you're standing in your power more than you used to. You could be starting like some kind of creative project. I'm also getting like you could be starting a YouTube channel, you could be starting a business, you could just be starting to make moves in your career, in your life, and you're sort of choosing to put the past behind you and make the best out of it. I'm seeing for your near future energy that there's going to be, this is a very specific message for some of you, so take it as it resonates, but for some of you, I'm seeing that you could have a collaboration in the near future with somebody that wants to work with you on building and creating something. So this could be, I don't know, like a business partnership. Maybe you meet somebody and you have this idea that you want to realize, and it could be that you are collaborating on bringing this idea to life. For others, it could be like an online collaboration where, let's say you have a YouTube channel and you're really like just focusing on taking it to the next level. You could be reaching out to people, or this person could even be reaching out to you, and you could be making like a collaborative content kind of thing. There's something in your near future that is about collaboration and teamwork and really getting out there and being willing to be a newbie at something, being willing to learn new things. I feel like you're really getting out of your comfort zone in the near future. And what I'm seeing for you is that this is really going to pay off. This is really going to be like a big step in the right direction is what I'm getting. I feel like you are creating a stable, strong, solid foundation for yourself, one where you feel content and happy with your life without anybody else, without anything else. And I feel like you're really cultivating a sense of peace for yourself. And I love to see that, pile number one. Let me know if that resonates. But ultimately, for the overall energy, I'm just getting that you will start to feel good again. You will start to feel on top. You will start to feel like you are creating, and like there's just more coming. And I feel like ultimately you are creating this solid, stable foundation for yourself. And I do feel like it has a lot to do with your past and you kind of getting into situations that are not ideal and that could have probably been avoided if you maybe stood up for yourself or was just honest with yourself about how you were feeling about a certain thing. Like maybe you didn't fully trust your intuition when your intuition was telling you about somebody and how they don't really have the best of intentions for you. Maybe that wasn't a feeling that you honored in your past. And I feel like now you're just sort of stepping into your power and realizing like, I have a voice, I matter, and I'm going to create something for myself because I am the only one that's ever going to have my back the most. And I'm just feeling this strong sense of empowerment for you, pile number one. This could be coming into fruition by just like inner sheer confidence, but I also do feel like there is some kind of thing that you're working on that is making you feel more confident. I feel like the more that you take steps in the right direction when it comes to feeling called to maybe do a business or do like something, it's giving you confidence to really stand in your power. And I feel like this is something that you really do need to follow. And definitely like spirit is with you during this time of transition, and spirit is saying follow your gut. This is going to be the biggest compass for you moving forward, is follow your gut, follow your intuition, because you are on point. You are very in tune with your feelings, pile number one. And I feel like you might at times have this devil on your shoulder and then an angel on the other shoulder. And I feel like a lot of the times you sort of need to give them both the stage. I feel like maybe you might beat yourself up for that negative voice, but honestly, that negative voice has something to say too, and you don't need to listen to it. But what it is calling you to do is sort of acknowledge it and see, okay, this is my weak spot. You know, if you constantly have this voice in your head saying that you're not good enough or that you don't deserve it or that you can't do it or whatever it may be, I feel like spirit is calling you, instead of to like just shove it down or instead of even giving into it, spirit is calling it on you to sort of work with it and be like, okay, you know what? why am I feeling this way? Why am I having these thoughts? And really sort of kind of talking back to that negative voice in your head. I don't know, that's a very specific message that I'm getting, but it's sort of just like, work with the dark and light energies. Don't just feel like you have to always be good, because everybody has dark and light in them. So I'm feeling like once you can learn how to harness that and really make it your friend, make that dark voice like your friend more than your enemy. And what Spirit is really calling on you to do is sort of be like maneuver. I don't know, it's a very weird, like specific message, but harness the power of both of that dark and light part of you, and just be able to see where your blind spots are, I think is going to be a huge thing. You need to be able to see where you're maybe holding yourself back, because I feel like maybe you could have this negative voice in your head, or just kind of listen to the negative opinions of others, and you don't even realize that maybe you're even doing it, but then it's sort of like you're giving your power away by letting other people dictate your life, as opposed to just having the awareness that there's not always going to be good energies around you. There are also negative, low vibrational energies around you, and being aware of that, just simply being aware of it so that you can navigate life better. I feel like that's a very specific message that I got. But for your near future, pile number 1, I'm definitely seeing success. I am seeing that you are really stepping into your power and being just really confident within yourself, and there's this kind of like childlike joy within you moving forward that I don't think you've felt like you could have ever felt before. And I just saw 1444, so 444 is an angel number. And whenever you see it, it's just a reminder that angels are protecting you, angels are around you, and there is divine spirit guides, angels, love that is protecting you. And so you might see that number around sometimes, just maybe 444 or 1444. It's a very powerful number, but it's also a number of twin flame, and you have the twin flame card as your overall energy. So ultimately, I feel like when it comes to twin flame, I feel like that's a specific message. Not that somebody new is coming into your life or that it has anything to do with your other person. I just feel like you're becoming more balanced with your light and dark energies, with your masculine and your feminine. And I feel like you're really learning how to integrate both. You're learning how to be action oriented and take action and really step into your power, but you're also learning how to be soft and gentle with yourself and take care of yourself and learn how to receive instead of always giving to other people. So pile number 1, if that resonated, let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. We have so much more readings coming out for you guys. You don't want to miss them. So subscribe to the channel, like this video if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today, pile number 1. Have the best day. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. So if you guys chose the original tarot or the citrine crystal, then this will be your reading all about what you need to know about your recent past, present moment, and immediate future. So let's just dive right into it. I've already pre-shuffled your cards just to make it super quick and fast for you, because it can take a lot of time to shuffle all of these cards. So let's just get right into it and see what's going on for you guys when it comes to your recent past, your present moment, and your near future. Excuse me. So we have, for your recent past, we have the 2 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Wands. And we have the Ace of Cups. For your present moment, we have the 5 of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Cups. And we have the 5 of Cups. For your near future, we have the Ace of Wands. We have the 10 of Wands. Interesting. And then we have the Seven of Swords. And then you guys got an additional card for the last one, the Hermit. And so that was, I think, Spirit clarifying the Seven of Swords. And then for the overall energy, we have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so pile number 2, what I'm seeing for you in your recent past, I feel like there was a decision that you were sort of going back and forth with in your head. And I do feel like this decision that you were trying to make, it ultimately caused a lot of back and forth. Like, I'm seeing back and forth with one person, but ultimately I'm feeling like this caused a lot of strife in your everyday life. I feel like it caused a lot of like confusion and back and forth and something. And I do feel like ultimately I'm getting this strong feeling like there was something that you were deciding, like, I don't know why I'm hearing, should I stay or should I go? This might not resonate for everybody, but maybe you were going back and forth between should I stay or should I go in a relationship, or should I stay or should I go when it comes to a job? So that could resonate take it how it resonates, basically. But what I'm ultimately seeing is that at the end of the day, I think that you did choose what was best for you at the end of the day, pile 2. I am seeing, though, that in your present moment, I feel like you're kind of really at odds with yourself, because on one end, I feel like you know that you made the right choice when it comes to this decision that you made. But on the other hand, I feel like you're kind of grappling still with the decision. It's sort of like, when you, for example, if some of you have actually decided to leave a relationship, not a lot of people talk about how hard it is to actually make that decision. I think a lot of people, I think it's, easier if the person really like did something terrible to you, but like it's a lot harder when the person actually didn't do anything wrong. It's just sort of like it wasn't working for you. And it is really hard to leave that comfort zone when it wasn't exactly like anything was really really wrong, but it's sort of like you just knew deep down that it wasn't right for you. Now this could be for a job as well. You may have left a job that you felt like, you were comfortable with, you were very secure with, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't fulfilling for you. And I think that you ended up making the right choice for you, but there's still those feelings of uncertainty and how am I going to move forward? And leaving something that was very secure for me and comfortable for me, it's like, I did do what was best for me at the end of the day because my intuition was telling me that I had to make a decision. And I feel like I made the right decision, but there was still these feelings of, well, am I going to ever find anything better? Or, what's going to be up ahead for me? Like, I feel like I've left this really stable and secure thing, and now I'm sort of stuck with the decision that I made. And I feel like what Spirit is trying to tell you is that there might be a lot of people around you that could have opinions about this, maybe opinions about your relationship or opinions about a job or whatever it is. You would know best. But I do feel like there are just energies around you, pile number 2, that are not benefiting you. And I feel like what Spirit is trying to tell you is that you need to stand strong in your truth and forget what anybody else says about this decision, even if it's, the person that you left, maybe they might be very heartbroken and wanting to work on things, but if you know deep down that it's the right decision for you, I feel like sticking to that, no matter how hard it is, the universe always rewards that. And I'm seeing like you might be very getting like down on yourself about a decision that you made, but I feel like this is where your true power lies, and this is where the gift is going to come in for you. I feel like Spirit is going to reward this decision that you made. And what I'm seeing in your near future is you are focusing on something else other than, I do feel like you are putting your time and attention towards some kind of idea, some kind of passionate project, some kind of new thing that you have focused on. Either it could be like a new hobby, it could be a new job, a new passion project, like a YouTube channel or starting a business, like something that has really got the spark back into your life. And I'm feeling like I am feeling a sense of the fact that you could be really busy in the near future, and you could have like a lot of burdens on your shoulder when it comes to this new thing, either a new passion project, a new thing. You could just be really busy and carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders. And I am seeing that there's going to be like energy vampires that are going to try to come in and sort of distract you from where you're trying to go. I do feel like in the near future, there's going to be sort of people that are testing your patience, is what I'm getting. And I feel like your wisdom with this Seven of Swords here and with this Hermit, like you see how the Hermit is just pointing his light directly at the Seven of Swords. I do feel like there's going to be people in your life that are sort of not being 100% with you, not being like exactly good for you. They're trying to steal your time, steal your energy. And I do feel like this is not a test, but it's sort of like Spirit is saying, like, how on course can you stay when it comes to what these people are doing? Because I do feel like there's something that's kind of trying to pull your attention away from your highest good. And what this overall energy card is, the Eight of Swords, this is basically her that is tied up, but she's very like loosely tied, as you can see, and she can easily just take off the blindfold, but her mental state and where she is mentally is kind of keeping her stuck. And so I do feel like at the end of the day, I feel like for pile number 2, your mind can be your own worst enemy. And I do feel like the way to get out of this is because I do feel like you have a strong intuition. There's a lot of fire and a lot of water energy here, so I do feel like you're very in touch with your emotions. I feel like you're very in touch with your intuition, and I feel like you know inherently what is right for you and what is wrong for you. You know, some people have trouble accessing their intuition, and therefore, you know, they can make decisions just based on their ego. But I do feel like you have a good sense of, you know, if something is right for you, if something is wrong for you. For example, like if you go on a first date with somebody, I feel like you're the type to like immediately know whether it's going to work out or not. And so I think what Spirit is asking you, pile number 2, is this is a time to really focus on how you feel more than anything, and to trust that, and to stop listening to your ego and your mind that is trying to, you know, like, I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, intuition whispers, anxiety screams. And I just feel like you have a lot of thoughts that are very loud, maybe from like past hurts or past trauma, and you've just gotten used to listening to those negative thoughts. But I think that your power lies in following your intuition, because as you can see, like you have the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles right opposite of the Nine of Cups. And this Nine of Cups is like telling you, like, you're good, you are on the right path. There is a wish that has come true for you. You are on the right path. And I think some of you really need to hear that. I also just saw 1111 on the camera timer, and I think, yeah, a lot of you needed to hear that you were on the right path, that you were making the right choice. And there might be a lot of like grief surrounding like a big change that you've just made in your life. So we have 5, 5, 5. So we have 3 5s here. And so I feel like you guys are going through a lot of change right now, and you're in the midst of it. And I feel like this came from your own decision making, but Spirit is saying, don't worry about it. You made the choice that was right for you. Otherwise, this wouldn't be here. And yes, it's going to be tough. Like, these decisions can be very tough, whether it's leaving a job, leaving a relationship where you were comfortable, but you weren't exactly thriving. And Spirit is saying is like, follow your highest good. And there's going to be something in the near future that you're going to be putting a lot of your time and energy towards. But Spirit is saying, like, be careful to not take on so many things at once. I feel like you might be the type to be like all or nothing kind of thing. And so what Spirit is saying is, like, be careful not to burden yourself too much. Be careful of energy vampires, even if it's like not exactly people, if it's like habits, if it's like you spend, you know, maybe 3 hours watching Netflix, and it's like, yes, it's fun in the moment, but then after you sort of feel like crap. It's like Spirit is saying just watch out for those habits or those people or those situations where you kind of get yourself into where after you just don't feel as good. What the main message here is, Spirit is saying focus on how you feel. That's going to be your compass. That's going to be your roadmap, is like, how do you feel in social situations? How do you feel when you hang around this person? How do you feel when you put your time towards this project? Like, do you go out of it feeling like alive and feeling good and feeling great? Or do you come out of it feeling like, oh, like I wish I could have spent my time doing something else, or, you know, maybe I should have rested. Like, ultimately, pile 2, you have a very strong intuition, and I feel like you need to follow it more because, and you are doing a great job. I feel like that point needs to be like run home for you, is that you're doing a great job. And what Spirit is saying is actually just keep going, keep following, because I feel like you might be maybe ruminating over like the decisions you're making, maybe ruminating over like, am I doing a good job? Am I on the right path? And Spirit is saying, yes, you are on the right path. You are doing an amazing job. You're doing an amazing job. What is that from Mean Girls? You're doing amazing, sweetie. Oh no, that's Kim Kardashian. No. Anyway, it was so irrelevant. You're doing amazing, sweetie. No, that was Kris Jenner. Anyway, I don't know. That might resonate for some of you. Maybe you like watching like reality TV or something. But basically, in the near future, I think what you need to watch out for is burnout. I think what you need to watch out for is energy vampires. And I feel like what Spirit is saying is protect your energy. Really feel your way through situations. And Spirit is saying you have all the answers. Spirit is saying you're good. Like the energy that I'm getting with this 9 of Cups and this Hermit is like, you have all of the wisdom, you have all of the knowledge. And I feel like you might like doubt yourself sometimes, but your intuition is strong, pile 2. And I think that what Spirit is asking you to do is like break free from that egoic, that negative voice in your head. I feel like meditation could also be really good for you, or even journaling, maybe like journaling down all your thoughts. And I think one thing that I heard the other day that was super powerful that I started doing was journaling the negative thoughts and sort of asking yourself, okay, is this true? Like, is this really true? Like, I think when we go through our day-to-day life, we sort of have all of these thoughts ruminating in our head and like, am I really doing a good job? Like, is this like really the right thing to do? Like, am I over my head for starting this new thing? Like, and we can just, and then so I think what is really powerful is just sitting down with yourself and saying, okay, what are these limiting beliefs that I'm having? Okay, I don't feel like I can really start this business because of blah, 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 because I don't have like a business background, because I don't have all of the knowledge, because I don't know anything about business. Like, or maybe when it comes to love, like, is anyone ever truly going to love me for me, and this and that. Write all of it down and then ask yourself, okay, do I really think this stuff that I'm saying in my head about myself is true? And Spirit is saying, like, if you actually take the time to write it down, to evaluate these negative thoughts that you're having, you're going to realize that your intuition actually doesn't believe that. Your intuition actually believes that you're great. Your intuition actually believes that you are the ish. And I think, yes, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but the thing to take away from here, pile number 2, is listen to your intuition, especially when it comes to situations with people, with energy vampires. Just really listen to how you feel. So, pile number 2, make sure you subscribe to the channel, use your intuition. We are a soul family here, so subscribe to the channel. I have new readings coming out every single week. You do not want to miss them. I hope this resonated for you. Please comment down below if it did resonate, and like this video also if you enjoyed it. And I'm so happy that you joined me today for this reading, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. So if you guys chose the Tarot in Wonderland deck or the rose quartz crystal, then this is going to be your reading, all about your recent past, your present moment, and your immediate future. So let's just dive right into it. I've already pre-shuffled the cards just to save you guys a bunch of time, so let's just get right into it. So for your recent past, we have the 4 of Swords, the Star, and the Hermit. For your present moment energy, we have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups. And we have the Magician. For your near future energy, we have the Five of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. And for your overall energy, we've got 2 cards for you. So you guys have the Five of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Okay. So to start, I just want to let you guys know for zodiac signs, we have Gemini with the Magician. We also have Virgo with the Hermit, and we have Aquarius with the Star. We also have just a lot of water and earth energy. So you guys could be, for earth energy, oh my gosh, why am I blanking? For earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. So you guys could have a lot of those in your chart. Or for water energy, you guys could be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So take that as it resonates. Ultimately, what I'm seeing for you guys is in the recent past, I feel like you took a serious time out. I feel like there was a certain kind of information, a certain kind of big life change that you guys were going through that made you sort of go within, and you really were taking a time out just from life in general. I do feel like whatever this was, it was a huge shift in your life. I feel like it could have either been like just a big ending. It's going to differ for a lot of different people. This is a general reading, but I am sort of getting the vibes of sort of a breakup or just a huge change in your life circumstances. So that could be like your job, it could be your relationship, so that could be like your job or your relationship. But ultimately what I'm seeing for you guys is that there was a lot of pain in the recent past that you've had to recover from and really like go inwards on how you're going to move forward. And I feel like it was just sort of like you really needed to take that time out and really be alone. And I'm seeing that for a lot of you, this time was really healing, and this time really allowed you to figure out how you're going to move forward. And I feel like for a lot of you, like some of you could have actually like moved away. You could have either like moved out of your residence, or you could have actually moved out of your city or your country. But I feel like for most of you, it could have just been like you moving on to like a next phase of your life. And this could have been like energetically, like you actually just leaving a person behind, or leaving a certain situation behind, or just some kind of leaving a certain, I'm getting for most of you just a certain situation. Like you could have just not been happy with the way that you were living your life. And I feel like ultimately you made the decision to move on from something. What I am seeing in your present moment for you, pile number 3, is that you've really worked hard to get to this place of peace and comfort for yourself. I'm just with the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen, I'm really just getting this energy that like you've really worked hard to cultivate this sense of peace for yourself, to cultivate this sense of confidence in yourself, and ultimately you have created a really peaceful, energetic situation around you. So you could be living somewhere where you just feel more at peace. Maybe you move to a different city, a different country, or even just to a different, home. And I feel like whatever that is, or even if it's not a physical location, it could just be energetic wise. You could just be in a different place in your life where you've decided to let go of the things that don't serve you anymore. And so I feel like right now in the present moment. You've worked really, really, really hard to cultivate this sense of peace and comfort for yourself. And I can see that you're somebody that operates through life with their emotions. So you could definitely be a water sign, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or have like your moon in Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I don't know if a lot of you actually know your birth chart, but it could be worth it to look at where your moon is in your birth chart, because that's all about how you feel your energy. So for example, my moon is in Leo, so the way that I express my emotions, the way that I'm very like dramatic with my emotions and could be very like performative sometimes and just very like dramatic and over the top with how I feel like I'm very, so it could be worth it to just check. I don't know why I'm getting that specific message to know what your moon in, know what sign your moon is in, because I think that could give a lot of insight to some of you as to like how you feel your emotions. But that was a super specific message. But ultimately what I'm getting for you, pile number 3, is that you've come to a place of just pure confidence and you're not really letting anything get you down. And I feel like you have worked so hard to get to this place that you almost like are really scared of moving on into like a different place. I feel like you're spending a lot of time alone. You could be spending a lot of time with cats, and for some reason I'm feeling called to say this because I just like, as I was saying that, I just saw a butterfly like just run up to my window and kind of like bang on it. So I feel like butterflies could be a symbol that you guys are seeing a lot in your life, and that just could be a sign that you're on the right path, that maybe like that's your spirit guides. But I'm also getting, for some of you, you could have pets, specifically cats, and I feel like these cats just offer like a lot of like comfort and safety for you. And I'm getting the specific message that your cats are like your soul family, and you have a really special bond with your cats. They could be like, I'm getting cats that you've had since you were little, so it could be like a childhood pet. I don't know how much that would resonate for any of you, but for the most part, I'm seeing that you just have like a lot of spirit animals. I feel like a strong message that I'm getting is that you, spirit likes to communicate with you through animals. So I don't know, maybe you've experienced when you're feeling down or feeling a certain way, maybe your animals are attracted to you, or I don't know, there's also a very specific message. I don't know. I feel like for pile number 3, you're getting a lot of like very specific messages. I feel like you could be psychic, or at least to the very least just very intuitive, and you could also just get a lot of like downloads throughout the day. And I feel like you're very sensitive to energies. I do feel like maybe this could be to your benefit or to your detriment, because if you don't really know how to properly protect your energy, then it could be something that is feeling like it's bombarding you and weighing you down, as opposed to actually using it to your benefit. And so I feel like another specific message I'm getting is to really learn how to protect your energy, but also learning how to integrate that into your life, because I'm getting a lot of like hermit energy from you guys. So you could like to spend just a lot of time alone. I feel like you might get very exhausted in public situations or like just social situations, because I feel like you're most like at home and at peace when you're by yourself. I do feel like the place that you've come to now, I feel like you have let go of a lot of things in your life, and you've just become this master manifester. I feel like I'm hearing the phrase, everything I touch turns to gold. And I feel like spirit is calling on you to sort of use that in your near future. I feel like spirit is kind of asking you to go out of your comfort zone a little bit, because I feel like with this hermit energy that you have sort of gotten yourself into, I feel like now it's becoming to the point where, okay, now you need to use that. And I know that could be sort of overwhelming, especially for people that love to be alone and love to be by themselves. It's like, oh, why do I have to get out of this hermit energy? I like being alone. I just saw 1111 on the camera timer, so I really feel like spirit is calling on you to really get out of your comfort zone, get out of your what is your habitual. Spirit is just calling on you to start getting excited about life again, to start getting out there. 1111 is also a number that you could see just in your everyday life. Maybe it's a sign that you're on the right path, or it could just be a relevant number for you. But ultimately, I'm just getting this feeling that in the present moment, Spirit is really calling on you to take everything that you've learned and really use it. Because I am seeing like you guys are very powerful manifestors. I feel like you're very aware and in tune with the world and with the energies around you. And I feel like you have an amazing way of a knowledge of how to manipulate that energy. And now for your near future, pile number 3, I am seeing some challenging times for you. I will not lie, but the good part is I feel like all of this is leading you to a situation, like you're just in your life, I feel like you're kind of lacking like surprise and adventure. And I feel like Spirit is calling on you to get out of your comfort zone. I am seeing that for some of you, you could be getting, let me try and find the right way to say this. I feel like Spirit is going to sort of let something leave your life. And what Spirit is really trying to do with this is like take the things out of your life that are not serving your highest good and sort of leaving you with the rest. And I feel like Spirit is asking you to cultivate something new. So this could be like a new project, just a new like living situation, new circumstances, getting out of your comfort zone. But ultimately I'm feeling like something will be leaving your life in the near future. And I feel like with this 7 of Pentacles, you're going to be starting over and really building from what you have is what I'm getting. So for example, you could be, maybe you're leaving a relationship, maybe, I'm really not getting like relationship vibes though. Maybe that could resonate for some people that are watching this, but for most people, I'm just getting an overall general feeling of like your life, like something needs to change in order for you to start getting passionate and excited about your life again. I am seeing with the 7 of Cups that whatever is falling away is for the highest good. And I feel like, so the 7 of Cups has a lot to do with being confused and not knowing like the right path to go on. But with this 7 of Cups, as you can see, like she's kind of like in amazement and in wonder at all of the different options. So I feel like Spirit, and with this overall energy, it kind of just takes home what I'm saying. I feel like you see like the 5 of Pentacles and how the frog is sort of like ripping her away from that door. But really what's beside it is the King of Pentacles. So I feel like Spirit is sort of moving you away from a certain situation, but it's ultimately going to be for your highest good, because what's coming in is going to be something that makes you feel so much more fulfilled, so much more powerful, so much more in your element, so much more confident. And I truly feel like you're going to start feeling like the leader of your life again. I don't know if that resonates for anybody. Please comment down below if this does resonate for you. But yes, I am seeing a lot of change for you guys, pile number 3, in your near future. I'm seeing that there's going to be a lot of change. And with number 7, I'm seeing that you're going to be very lucky in your near future. Something that is falling away is ultimately, just keep it in mind, because I feel like maybe you might get like really sad or put down by this. But I feel like, you know, it's really like maybe kind of annoying when you hear like, oh my gosh, another lesson, another thing that's leaving my life, like another thing that I have to deal with. And like, I totally feel you, pile number 3. Like, it's sort of like you kind of just want things to stick, and you kind of just want to be in your comfort zone and for everything to work out. But, you know, it sort of sucks that that's not how life is. And we have to, you know, come onto this earth to learn lessons and grow and evolve for our highest good. And I just feel like with this 5 of Cups, but then the 7 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups, I feel like you're moving towards a more fulfilling period of your life where you are actually starting to get some excitement back and some joy back. And I'm really just getting this feeling like you're going to feel like the leader of your life again. So let me know if that resonates, pile number 3. Subscribe to the channel, definitely. We have so much more readings coming out, new readings every single week. You do not want to miss them. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.